Welcome to Smash Exams Level 7 in 7 minutes. Today we're going to be looking at the Academic Writing Task 1, specifically the bar chart. Make sure you download the workbook in the video description. Let's go. Here is the bar chart in question that we'll be using as our example today. The bar chart below shows two components of GDP in Vietnam from 2000 to 2008. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. Write at least 150 words. Before we start the clock on bar charts, remember the fundamental structure of all academic writing task 1s. You need to start with an introduction, then write an overview, and then add 2 body paragraphs. Let's start with the introduction and start the clock. In the introduction, the best way to get a level 7 is to paraphrase the question. Here are some quick cheats to help you with that. Number 1, delete the word below from the question. Number 2, the question usually says shows and what the data shows. Just change shows to illustrates. Always start your introduction with the bar chart. There's no need to paraphrase here. Look for other words that can be paraphrased, such as here, 2 components in the question could be changed to the names of the actual 2 components, which are the service industry and the IT industry. Next, we can change from 2000 to 2008 to from the years 2000 to 2008. It's a very small paraphrase, but it will get you the points. You then need to find other things you can use a synonym for. For example, in this question, I've changed GDP to economy. Now this is specific to this question, but if you look in the workbook, there's an activity to look at other possible common synonyms. Now put all that together and look at our level 7 introduction. The bar chart illustrates how much Vietnam's service industry and its IT industry contributes to the economy from the years 2000 to 2008. Now again, it's not perfect, but it's a level 7. An overview is where you identify the key trends in the bar chart. I want to give you a tip that will work with any IELTS Academic Writing Task 1, whether it's a map, a process, or a bar chart. That is to start your overview with the word overall. Always start with overall because it gives you a nice way to sum up the chart. So you need to look for key trends in the chart. And the first one that I can see is that both of the service industry and the IT industry go up, and they go up, every single year. So we can start off with something very simple. Overall, both the service industry and the IT industry go up between the years 2000 and 2008. Again, not a bad 9, but we're not looking for 9, we're looking for 7, and this is a solid 7. What else can we see? We can see that the service industry goes up very steadily. So we can say that, okay? We can just say it goes up steadily. We can see that the IT industry goes up much more erratically, or it fluctuates. It goes up, but it goes up with much more variance. So again, just say what you see, just describe the main trend. The service industry rises steadily, and the IT industry rises with more fluctuation. Some extra tips for you: do not use any numbers in your general overview paragraph. Save those for the body paragraphs that we're going to go on to next. And secondly, learn as much vocabulary as you can for goes up, goes down, or stays the same. Here is a chart which has a few nouns and verbs that are good synonyms for go up and go down. So pause the video, have a look, and there are also a lot more in the workbook that's linked in the description below. You'll need 2 body paragraphs, and each of them need to be separate. So first you need to divide the graph into 2 parts, and you can do this in many ways. One way you can do paragraph 1, the service industry, paragraph 2, the IT industry. You could do the first paragraph 2000 to 2004, and the second paragraph 2006 to 2008. You could also make them with what's similar and what's different between the 2 components. For this video, we're going to look at option 1, and we're going to start off with the service industry. The best way in any task is to start your first body paragraph with an adverb. I think we should always start with the word interestingly. It gives your work cohesion and it helps you get that band 7. So here we can look at the IT industry first. Now what can we see? We can see that it grew every 2 years. In 2000 it accounted for 2% of Vietnam's GDP, and in the year 2008 it had risen to over 11%. We could also say that it grew quickly between 2004 and 2006 because that looks like the biggest increase. And that's it. That's body paragraph 1. Now we also need some synonyms, so here is some for you to start with for went up quickly and went down quickly. Pause the video, write them down, or you can practice them in the workbook that you can download in the video description below. In the first body paragraph we spoke about the IT industry, so in the second one we should start with a connective, and now we'll write about the service industry. Now the best way to start the second paragraph is with a cohesive device. I've chosen On the Other Hand, but there are many more available in the workbook. So let's see, the service industry grows much more steadily than the IT industry. So we can say the service industry also increased its share of Vietnam's GDP every year, but it is a much steadier rise. It grows every 2 years by around 2%. In 2000, the service industry accounted for around 6% of Vietnam's GDP, and in the year 2008, it had risen to 14%. That's the second body paragraph. Keep it simple for the level 7, and here are some more synonyms for you to use when you are talking about a steady rise or a steady fall. Finally, after your second body paragraph, just stop. No conclusion. Don't use a conclusion, you don't need it, you don't need to add your opinion, just stop at the end of the second body paragraph. Also, try to vary your sentences and vary your language, and you'll be there and you'll have a level 7. And stop the clock. Thank you very much for watching to the end of the IELTS Academic Writing Task 1, the bar chart. Please remember to click the link below to download the workbook, and if you got any value from this lesson, hit the subscribe button below.